You know that feeling you get sometimes when you're standing in a high place? Sudden urge to jump? I don't have it.
For years, fans have been asking the same question. Will Johnny Depp ever return to Pirates of the Caribbean? With Disney scrambling to revive the billion-dollar franchise and whispers of 2 secret scripts in the works, one thing is clear. Jack Sparrow's compass may point back to the big screen. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Is Disney willing to offer more than $300 million and a million alpacas? Or is it all just wishful thinking? Stick around because we're diving deep into the rumors, the drama, and the future of the pirate saga.
But before we continue, did you know only 1% of our subscribers are watching? We kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
It's no secret that Disney have been trying to develop a 6th installment in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise for a number of years now, with producer Jerry Bruckheimer developing numerous ways forward for the $4.5 billion franchise. With Johnny Depp embroiled in controversy over the last few years, a split between the actor and the mega multimedia company has been highly publicized, with the Mouse House supposedly dropping him in 2018, a year after the last Pirates film, Dead Men Tell No Tales, was released. During his court case against former wife Amber Heard, Depp made it very clear.
And were you aware that as of October 25th, 2018, about 2 months before this op-ed was published, that it was being reported, as it is in this article, that Johnny Depp is out as Jack Sparrow in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean film franchise as actor battles financial issues and personal dramas? Were you aware of that?
I wasn't aware of that, but it doesn't surprise me.
He would never work with Disney again, with the following clip quickly going viral on the internet.
If Disney came to you with $300 million and a million alpacas, nothing on this earth would get you to go back and work with Disney on a Pirates of the Caribbean film. Correct?
That is true, Mr. Rottenborn.
Various different Pirates projects have been said to be in various stages of development, with Bruckheimer aiming to reboot or revamp the franchise. Perhaps the most well-known is one which was set to star Margot Robbie and is pegged as a franchise spin-off, while a second project, which is more vague on the details, is a supposed franchise reboot. As recently as this May, Bruckheimer confirmed that both productions were still in active development, saying in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, "It's 2 different movies. We hope to get them both made." And I think Disney agrees. They really want to make the Margot one too. Another rumor swirling the project suggests that Disney may be eyeing off Marvel star Karen Gillan for one of the films, likely portraying Red, a character from the original attraction, who has become a roaming character at the Disney parks in recent years. While another suggested that the Bears Iowa debris was being considered for a role, a new report from trade paper Variety, however, is shedding a little more light on the in-development projects. It suggests that Bruckheimer is potentially leading the way for Depp to return to the franchise as his beloved character. The article says, "All eyes are trained on the $4.53 billion Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and the prospect of another sequel." Pirates producer Jerry Bruckheimer is developing 2 versions of the script on parallel tracks. One that could bring Depp back into the fold if the actor and Disney can reconcile. "Nothing has been ruled out," says one knowledgeable source. So, to me, it sounds like the aforementioned franchise reboot could be the script to potentially involve Jack Sparrow, continuing his adventures from the current 5 films, while the second project is the Robbie-led spin-off. With Disney desperate for box office hits after a few dude years in the theaters, it would totally make sense. The studio would go groveling back to one of their biggest draws of the last 2 decades. Hot off the heels of the insane successes of Moana 2 and Inside Out 2, which are clearly going to herald a decade of nothing but sequels from Disney, it would make sense that the studio would want to continue momentum and perhaps fall back on their highly successful franchise with its lead star.
He is able to get away with things that we'd love to be able to get away with. And I feel it when I'm playing Jack, Captain Jack. There's a real safety in playing him for me. Because I can always, it doesn't matter what anybody asks me. I can always answer back quite quickly.
The Variety article does, however, go on to mention that sources say the studio has not engaged with Johnny Depp. So, it's most likely that this particular Sparrow-led project is being developed in hopes of tempting the man back to the ship. Whether Disney is prepared to amp up an offer of more than $300 million and a million alpacas remains to be seen. But stranger things have happened. Only recently, Disney managed to convince Iron Man star Robert Downey Jr. to return to the next Avengers film after retiring from the MCU, with an unprecedented and, frankly, obscene $100 million paycheck. Disney also managed to repair relations with beloved actor Robin Williams after breaking a contract made with him on Aladdin. There'll be numerous opinions on Depp returning to the franchise.
What are you doing? What are you doing? No, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Many will argue that someone with so much controversy shouldn't be allowed back, while others will vehemently argue that Pirates just isn't Pirates without Jack Sparrow. I find myself somewhere in between. I don't necessarily think the Pirates movies need Depp to succeed if there's an exciting new premise and dashing new characters. While I like the previous two films, it's inarguable that Depp's performance as Sparrow, particularly in Dead Men Tell No Tales, was a shell and a near parody of what it once was.
When you marooned me on that godforsaken spit of land, you forgot one very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Neither of those movies was particularly well received by audiences or critics either. While I'd love to see the return of one of my favorite cinematic heroes up on the big screen, I also welcome a dose of fresh blood to the franchise to explore new possibilities. But how about you? What are your thoughts on Depp and Sparrow potentially returning to the franchise? Love it? Hate it? As always, join the conversation down below.